YouTube retargeting ads for real estate agents. This is where the game is won in 2025. If you've ever had someone click your ad, watch your video, or even visit your website, but they never converted, this is how you close the loop and bring them back. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step tutorial where by the end, you'll have your very first YouTube retargeting ad live, even if you're starting with just a $1 a day budget. Now, to give you some quick context, this is the exact strategy I run for realtors using YouTube ads. We don't just target cold leads, we follow the warm ones, and that's how we get insanely cheap, high intent conversions. Retargeting means staying in front of people who've already seen your ad, visited your website, or even subscribed to your YouTube channel or watched some of your videos. Think about it like this. Most realtors run a YouTube ad once and hope it works, but the real wins come from being seen again and again by the people already interested. It's like running a billboard that only shows to people who've already looked you up, except it costs less than a cup of coffee. So let's dive into this full walkthrough and set up your first YouTube retargeting ad that actually converts and makes you money. So the first thing you need to do is go into the Google Ads Manager, because if you didn't know, YouTube is owned by Google, so that's where you run all of your YouTube ad campaigns from. So once you're in there, the first step is we need to create your retargeting assets and the audiences so we can actually retarget and remarket to these people. It doesn't just have them set up for you, except the ones connected to your ads. But if you want to link up your YouTube channel, you want to upload a custom list, you're going to have to do that separately. So that's what we're going to do now. So what you can do is just go to search, and I'll just search audience. We'll go to audiences right here, and we're going to have to create some audiences. So we're going to go to your data segments right here. We're going to click plus, and you can see these are the ones that they already have. So it's all visitors from Google Ads, all converters, and optimized list based on what you're currently doing. But if you're like most realtors, you have a database, if you do have a YouTube channel as well, you want to make sure you use that. So what we're going to do is click plus. We're going to create a new one. We're going to do YouTube users. Now this is going to be for your YouTube channel, and this is going to be super important. So if you have a channel, pay attention. So right here, if you don't have your channel linked, it's going to say no YouTube channels or videos linked. So we're going to have to go over, link this, just click link. So now we're over here. We're just going to link a channel to Google Ads. We're just going to search on my channel right here. I'm going to click next, enter the email address that is connected with the channel. And then you're going to have to do a little verification. So now I'm going to get that email in a second. So you're going to get brought to this page right here. It's going to bring you to your YouTube channel. You can just put in or YouTube ad. You can just put in a name for it. So YouTube ad. So we know what the link is. So we're going to link it and account link save. So now we should be all set. What I'm going to do is click done, and we should be linked up on there. So you can see, so I just refreshed my page. You can see it's all set up there. So view counts, remarketing, engagement, which is perfect. We're all set right there. Now, the other one we want to do is we want to upload a custom list. So this would be where you would upload a database of any leads, any previous clients that you have that you want to stay in touch with. So we're going to go to your data segments again. We're going to click the blue plus. We're going to do a custom or a customer list. And then from here, you're going to upload a file manually. So we're going to click continue. And this one will say old leads. So you can obviously name it whatever you want, but you want to select the customer type as well. So these are just, these are qualified leads, let's say. Then what you want to do is you want to upload. You need to have this stuff. You can choose whatever you have. I made an example of a data sheet that we can use. So we're going to get that one right here. Perfect. And then make sure you check that box, and you can also do a description for it. You can say how long you want a customer to stay in your list. So if they're in there for 90 days and you don't want to waste money on them because they haven't converted, you can just take them out of there, and you can set 90 days right here. But for this, I'm going to do no expiration and then save and continue. Perfect. So now you can see these are our old leads. We have them all uploaded, and we have our YouTube channel. Now what we're going to do is actually go to create the campaign. So that's the first part. That's setting up your audiences, and that's super important. And what you can also see right here is it will give you the size of your search based on what you're all the data you have. So like for this one, for example, like you could see about 640 people for people who've engaged with this ad account. You can see the YouTube one, it's still loading in there, the ones that I just entered, but it's going to give you amounts, and this can also help you with your budget. I would say for every 1,000 people, you probably need like $1 or so. So it's super, super cheap. You can get away with $1 or $2. In this case, I'll just do $1 or $2 a day on this retargeting ad. So now we're actually going to make the ad. So we're going to go over to campaigns. We're going to click create, and we're going to do a new campaign. Now there's all these different options. We have sales, leads, website traffic, app promotion. You can do your own. You can do local store visits and promotions and awareness and consideration. Now for retargeting, there's a couple different options you can do. If you're wanting to basically regather these people's contact information to make sure to see who's the most interested and reach back out to them, for sure do a leads campaign, because you most likely drive the traffic to a landing page and get them to enter their name, email, and number, and any other information. You can add qualification questions, but just to basically see who's interested again, so you can reach out to them. So that's the first case. And the only other one I would do is awareness and consideration. So this is more of a, if you're wanting to stay top of mind, you're not worried about bringing in people's information, because we do already have it. But if you just want to stay top of mind, kind of build that omnipresent local celebrity status, then this is definitely the way we're going to go. And this is what I'm going to do for this campaign. This is basically just staying top of mind. It doesn't have to be a fancy video, but the big thing is we just want people to remember who you are, because the person they remember most is the person they're going to reach out to when they need to buy or sell their home. So it's always about staying top of mind and building that trust. So we're going to do an awareness and consideration campaign. And that also means we can literally spend $1 on this, because we're not going after leads. And a quick heads up, if you are a realtor and you're interested in using YouTube ads to grow your business, add an extra deal or two every single month consistently, feel free to book a 15-minute strategy call with me using the link in the description below, and we'll chat more about it, see how it can work for your market, go over the exact strategy and how I'm doing this for other realtors across the US so you can do the same. So that's the link in the description, but otherwise, let's get back to the video. In terms of the campaign type, we have video, so this is only on YouTube. We have demand gen. This is driving demand and conversions, but for this example, because we're doing retargeting, I would just do display, because you're literally going to be everywhere. You're going to be on Google, like on the side of pages. Even if they're not taking the video super seriously, they're not paying full attention to it, they're still seeing your face. So in this case, I would for sure do a display one, where they're literally seeing you on Google, they're seeing you on YouTube, they're seeing you everywhere, because that's the point of it, is you want to have an omnipresent multi-channel marketing approach where you're staying top of mind literally everywhere. So we're going to click continue, and it's going to bring us to this page. So what I recommend for retargeting is not touching the location targeting at all, because we already have a list. We're giving YouTube a list of people that we want to reach, and it's only going to be those people. So we'd be missing out on people if we target locations that they're not in. Now, if you're really, really specific, you can do just your local market, but you're going to miss out on some other people that have previously engaged with your stuff, depending on who you're targeting. But I would always just leave it all countries and territories, or you can actually just US, right? Probably not working with international people, but you could keep that on just to be safe. Now, languages are set. We're going to go to more settings, and let's see, all of this looks good. In terms of setting specific targeting for devices, so we're not gonna touch this at all. We want you to be literally everywhere. So the settings are going to be pretty simple on the back end. The only big thing is really just the audience, which I'm going to show you in a second, but we already did 80% of it. And then the start and end date, I always just start it the next day. So I never start the same day, because it's gonna try to spend your budget pretty quickly. Now, in terms, speaking of budget, what I said, you can do $1 or $2 a day. For this example, we do $2 a day. So literally all you do, we'll go next, because that should be really solid, and because we don't have a huge remarketing audience that we're targeting. Now, never use optimized targeting. We're going to always add your own targeting, and this is going to be a audience segment. So you're going to go to browse. We're going to go how they've interacted with your business. These are our data segments. And we have a couple different ones right here. One, we have YouTube users. So we can turn this on, this YouTube remarketing with website visitors. We're going to select all of those. And you can do a custom combination as well, which is people that it thinks would resonate with your ad. But that's going to be reaching people outside of your network. So in this case, I'm just going to do website visitors and YouTube users, because I know these people have interacted with my business before. And optimized targeting, I'm going to turn it off, because otherwise it's going to show it to people who aren't in that list. And the whole point of it is we only want to reach people that have already previously interacted with us. And that defeats the purpose if we're using optimized targeting and it's showing it to random people. We're going to click next. Now, this is the actual ad itself, and this is a question that I get a lot in terms of retargeting. Noah, what should the ad look like? What should the call to action be? Which are all really valid questions. So what I'm going to do is go through my thought process with the retargeting ad, and basically how you can create the best ad possible for your specific situation. So for this case, the goal of it is staying top of mind. That's really the main thing. We need people to remember and know who you are and just see you over and over. So with that, the structure of it, we don't need a clear call to action. Go through to the next page, sign up, and get our ebook, for example, right? You can have a call to action to book a call. That could be really solid. Otherwise, you can the purpose can literally just be to stay top of mind, and you could have a super, super soft call to action. It's gonna be, hey, if you're ever thinking about buying or selling, feel free to give me a call at this number. I usually don't recommend that. I would recommend sending it to a booking page at the least, so you can just get them to actually book on your calendar. Even that's going to be easier than getting people to just pull out their phone and call you, right? You can do that, but I would highly recommend driving the traffic to a landing page. And it can be super simple. That's the nice thing. So what I'm going to do is actually go through making an ad with you, and I'm going to use ChatGPT's help to put this together. So I'm going to put my prompt in there. I'm a realtor in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm looking to create a short retargeting video. Please write me a short YouTube retargeting script. This person has already seen my ad, visited my website, or is in my database, and I want to stay top of mind and remind them that I'm here if they ever need to buy or sell a home in St. Paul, and they can book a strategy call with me. Keep it casual, value-driven, in under 45 seconds. So what I'm going to do is just put this prompt in here, see what ChatGPT comes out with, and we can always make tweaks on it as it goes. So I'm going to see what it comes up with. Hey, it's Name. You've probably seen one of my videos. Let's see. If you ever want to chat, you can sales pitches, answers. Talk soon if you're okay. So this is pretty solid. The thing to note is a lot of times with retargeting, I wouldn't even say you should even necessarily have a hook. It depends on the intent of these people, but I would almost lean towards no hook, super, super organic, raw video footage, because you want to provide as much value with this. So with this, for sure, I think we need to provide more value, because real estate is all trust-based. It's all who trusts who. That's who they're going to work with, right? So the big thing is we need to provide value to these people so we can continue to build that trust. Even if you're staying top of mind, you're saying, oh, I helped this person sell a home $20,000 over asking price. They're going to be like, okay, why should I care? How are you doing it? And if you're not telling them, like, you're not giving them any value. So give them a few tips about how they can do the same. That's how they're going to trust you. Because realistically, you're going to tell them something and they're not going to do it. And that's why people pay coaches, pay mentors, including me, is because they build trust with you by providing you the information so you know they can actually do it. And then you go out and just pay them, because you don't want to spend hours a day, hours every single week trying to figure it out yourself, which is exactly why people work with me to do stuff like this. But anyways, the big thing, we need to provide a lot more value. So I'm going to make some changes to this. The script is solid, but the goal is to build as much trust as possible. So we need to provide a lot more value. Okay, let's see what it comes up with. Time the market to understand your outbound figure. Okay, so even like right now, we need to add more value. So I would say, please add more value. Add more value. It's okay if it goes over 45 seconds. So that might be why it wasn't given too much. So we need to make sure we're building trust with these people. And something I'm looking for, the main thing, is we're not just saying obvious stuff, but then also like, hey, here's what I do for my clients. You can say that, but then some cases it sounds pretty salesy and kind of like you're just trying to get their business, right? So you want to lean more towards the raw side, like, hey, I'm just giving you this stuff for free. All right, I don't want to. Most people don't get a front line. What happens in your neighborhood, your price point, your life, that strategy based on their goals. Okay, so this is one that I really like. I think it's not necessarily providing a ton of tips about stuff they really didn't know, but it's positioning yourself as unique and basically giving a couple real world examples, because this is something that's going to resonate with someone. The way I see it is, okay, if I'm thinking about selling my home and I've had listing appointments with agents, and I would resonate with this. A lot of agents jump straight to the pitch, but what really matters is context. What's happening in your neighborhood, your price point, your life. I help people figure out the best strategy based on their goals, even if that means waiting 6 months. So the big thing here, different is always better than better, right? So if you can position yourself as different than all these other agents out there who are just trying to basically get the biggest paycheck possible, you can even mention that. That's going to be something that will play into your advantage in terms of building trust. And what you can use as well, this is something that I use a lot of times, is damaging emissions. Like, so for example, you're basically giving a downside, but it frames it as a positive. So for example, in my business, it's, hey, you can go work with Zillow and just be another number in their database, or you can work with me where I'm basically going to update you every single day, every single week on exactly what I'm doing. You can text me, call me, email me whenever. I'll get back to you as quick as possible. And it kind of positions that like, hey, I'm not like Zillow. I'm not a massive company, but there's upsides to that Zillow can't provide. And people just trust you a lot more when you give those damaging emissions. When you don't say, hey, I'm 100% perfect. I'm the best realtor in the world, because nobody's the best realtor in the world, right? There's always somebody better than you. So if you can position yourself as different and build more trust, that's where people are really going to resonate. So once you had that script, that is a really solid script. I like that. We're going to go and you're going to make it into a YouTube video. And some tips in terms of recording the video. What I would do is record it in front of one of your listings. I would do it walking around a local neighborhood that most of your retargeting list is from, or just kind of walking around the city and have some local landmarks in the back, because that's going to subconsciously build trust with these people without them even knowing it, because they're going to see, okay, this person is in the area that I'm in. And even if you have that in the hook of your ad, you just introduce yourself, but they see something in the back, they're going to be like, okay, this person's in Minneapolis. I've seen them before, and they're providing some value on how they're different. So I'm going to watch this. I trust this person. And that's going to help you stay top of mind as well. One other tip that you could do as well is throw in a joke in there, right? You want the main goal, you want people to remember you and to remember your video. That's how you're going to get people recognizing you on the street, saying, hey, I saw your video on YouTube. I saw your other video on YouTube, on my TV, my computer, on my phone. You're all over the place. That's the effect you want, but you need to provide value and make it stand out. That's really the two main things. So once you have that, you record your video. We're going to go back to the ad manager. And then you're going to put in the URL of your business. You're going to put in your business name. And now Google makes you do all of this stuff. We're going to add in a logo. And a logo, I just put in a random picture I had. And then you're going to do a headline. So what I recommend is making the headline the hook of the ad. Long headline is basically the benefits of watching the video. Description, I would do a summary of the video. And that's pretty much it. From there, you would literally just create the ad and let it go. And the nice thing about retargeting as well, you're not having to do split tests. I don't even recommend split testing retargeting videos, because unless you're still trying to get leads, I would say the whole focus is on building your brand and that local recognition. So you don't need to split test anything. As long as you have the right message, you have something that resonates with you, and it's a solid video, that's all you need. You don't need to split test anything. You can just put it out there and let it run, because again, it's only $1 or $2 a day. And it's just going to constantly get in front of these people and build that trust, which is the whole goal. And a little bonus tip you can do as well is you can create different campaigns from different lists. So if you have a big YouTube channel, you can do one campaign only targeting your YouTube viewers. You could, the hook in the ad could be, hey, I know you watched one of my other YouTube videos. Here's some other stuff I didn't mention that you may find helpful. And you can provide some maybe tips about buying or selling in the local market, depending on what type of content you make. Another thing you can do is people in your database that aren't in your state, you can do a video about relocating to St. Paul, for example. If you're geo-targeting a specific neighborhood, you have a list of people from that neighborhood. This could honestly be a cheat code. This is mailers on steroids. Just do monthly market updates from that specific neighborhood. And that's going to be the easiest way you can farm a neighborhood. They're going to see you on their TV, on their phone, on their computer, on their iPad every single month. You're going to be providing value relevant to them, because it's literally their specific neighborhood. And taking it a step up, you could literally, if you sell homes, if you do business in that neighborhood, you can walk around, hey, I just sold Sally's home across the street in River Park neighborhood, and I'm going to tell you exactly how, and I'm going to give you an updated market report so you know what you can expect during your home buying or selling journey in this area. And at the end, you can add, hey, and if you want me to do what I did for Sally for you as well, I'm already in the neighborhood, so I can come over, stop by, and give you an updated valuation on your home. Something like that. But that's literally for $1 or $2 a day. That's going to be a mailer on steroids. Like I said, that's going to be 20 million times more effective because nobody, I mean, I guess some older people still like opening mail, but realistically, everybody's on YouTube, everybody's on the internet. And if you just know where to reach them and how to target them, which I just showed you, you're going to dominate. And the other thing is nobody else is running YouTube ads at this point in 2025, which is pretty crazy because of how effective they are. So the ones who get it early and have the right strategy are going to crush while it's still so cheap. And if you are interested in having a retargeting strategy, having a YouTube ad strategy for your business to skyrocket it in 2025 in the future, close an extra 2 or 3 deals a month, feel free to book a call with me in the description below. I'll walk you through the whole process and see how it could work for you in your market. And we can put together a custom roadmap and game plan based on what you're looking for, what areas you want to target, and which types of people you want to bring in. Because that's most important, making sure it aligns with your brand and something you're happy with, that you know it's going out there and you're like, okay, let's do it. Let's close some deals. And if you do want some more information about YouTube ads, maybe you're not ready to hop on a call yet and see what I can do for you. Maybe you want to learn how you can do it for yourself. That's awesome. I have a bunch of other videos about YouTube ads specifically. And if you want a full breakdown video, if you want to just comment below, I can send any videos you'd like over to you or make some separate videos that will maybe help you out or answer any of your questions. So again, book that call in the description below or leave a comment and go check out my other videos. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.